You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh, yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bro Down Podcast. I'm Andy Smith.
And I'm Tim Fulton.
And this is What Do You Got?
You got.
All right, What Do You Got is where one of us brings a topic to the table and then we just bullshit about it for a little bit. So, Tim, what do you got?
This is the Genie time game. Because we've been doing this whole COVID social distancing thing, you've known what my topics are ahead of time for the past couple of weeks, but I tricked you this round by doing one of our weird ass what if kind of games, so that way I can explain the rules as we go.
Okay.
Ready? So this is the what if game.
Okay.
While at your home, you are approached by a strange looking man. You find out he is actually a genie. Instead of granting 3 wishes, however, he tells you that he has the power to stop time for everyone but yourself. While time is stopped, you do not age, so you do not get older while everyone else stays the same. Also, you do not need to eat, drink, or sleep, though you can choose to do all 3 if so desired. You can do whatever your heart desires as long or with long-lasting effects. If you work out, you'll get stronger. If you read, you'll get smarter. If you can steal from people, you can shank people if you decide to go to the murderous route.
Shank them.
Or you can use this time as one giant nap session and wake up rested.
Okay.
The catch, however, is that the genie says you must tell him right now how long you want time to be frozen for. You're sure you'll never meet this man again, and this is your one chance to have this unique experience. However, his magic cannot be undone. So if you tell him you want 30 years worth of frozen time, you'll be stuck that way for 30 years. He gives you 5 minutes to decide, starting now.
Okay, so just before you start my time clock here,
Oh no, it's already started.
Okay, so just so I understand the rules, that's what I'm having a trouble with here. So nobody else talks? Everyone else is visible?
Yeah, everyone else in that moment, exactly in that moment, will be frozen for however long you want.
Okay, so like nothing's being recorded. Can I still like use the internet and whatnot?
You know what? I went back and forth on that, but I decided yes, you can use the internet.
Okay. And anything I want to do as far as whatever in 10 years.
However long you want.
However long I want.
That's
and I don't age.
You do not age.
And I don't need to eat or sleep, but I can, and it's not hard for me.
Correct.
And I can have the internet so I can watch movies and whatnot and all that stuff when I'm bored.
Yeah, but there will never be anything new until time is undone.
That's fine. I watch the same shit anyway.
That's true.
That's true. Interesting. And then like everyone else is just okay, they're all fine and all that, and I can do pretty much anything.
Yeah. Everyone else is going to be exactly okay. No one's even going to know it happened.
Okay.
3.5 minutes.
I'm trying to think what the maximum I could do without causing irreparable damage to my brain.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. At some point, you'll go insane.
Yeah, but all I'm thinking of is like, obviously I'm going to, make some moves and get some cash or whatever. But all I'm thinking of is how dope it would be to just like over that like 10 or 20 years, just like set everyone that you like up with like the dopest fucking setup. Like just like give them like a huge addition on their house, fucking all this shit, and just like fill their cabinets with like stacks of $100 bills, so that when like you fucking snap your fingers, you're just like, yeah, Merry fucking Christmas, bitches. And then like the rest of your life for you and everyone you know is just easy street. And that's why I think you could prolong it if you did that, because I'm thinking that if as long as it's for not 100% selfish, self-involved selfishness, I mean, it's still selfish because it's only your friends.
Yeah.
But something like that, like you could work towards for sure. And I would definitely want to be reading like some books. And obviously, if I'm putting additions on houses, I'm going to need to watch some fucking YouTube how to do this shit. Wouldn't want it to collapse as soon as the genie snaps his fingers. But yeah, I would definitely do something like that. I'm not smart enough. I'd need like a couple thousand years to like understand like biology or cure some fucking disease or some shit. So we're not even gonna go there.
Could you imagine this was thousands of years?
Yeah, that would be insane. You know
You
what,
would,
dude? You might just happen to end up being one of the smartest people alive just from living that long if you didn't go insane.
yeah, it's a give and take. You're either going to be the best person in the world or you're going to be batshit crazy.
You for sure are going to be pretty. Can you have like a dog, or dogs are still dogs and cats stand still?
Everything in the world is frozen with the exception of you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I would definitely. I mean, I would. It's hard, man, because like you need to have interaction. Obviously, the COVID thing.
Yeah, that
is
was my
showing
thought.
you that. But I think that part of that is like you can't go anywhere.
1 minute and the genie goes away. You got to give your time.
Okay. Let's see. 10 years. How long would it take me to fucking do something like that?
I imagine you have out your calculator right now. You're like typing in numbers. 5 years to build this house. 5 years to build that house.
In my in my head, like my gut feeling is 10 years would be okay. I think I would be okay. At the 20 years,
30 seconds.
I might be a little bit crazy. Like I'm already kind of crazy. So like not talking to anyone for 20 years.
A lot of time.
How much time do I have left?
You have 15 seconds. You got to give a final answer. Otherwise, genie pops away and you get nothing. 10.
30 years.
30 years? So just for the record, you're 31. That was your timer. You're 31. That means you would have spent basically this entire life without interacting with anyone whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot. I was thinking like a couple months.
No, see, I mean, I would want to do things like all I'm thinking of like, okay, like how would I get to Europe? I can't fly a plane, so I'd have to learn how to fly a plane. So I'd have to like spend time doing that to learn how to fly a plane to get to Europe.
Yeah,
like
so you're way more ambitious than I am because I would have just written that off immediately.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking like I'll go see like the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just that's the other thing too is like you would have to learn everything that you need. Like that was the other thing too. Like I'm assuming that you can't get sick or anything like that during this.
Sickness, no, but we'll say you could hurt yourself.
Yeah, so you gotta be very careful with what you're doing, and like if you're going overseas and stuff like that, it's not like you're gonna get caught in a tropical storm or anything like that because there's no weather really going on, right? I think everything stands still, so you could basically swim there if you had because you don't need food, you don't need to sleep, you have endless energy.
Yeah, but do you know how long it would take to swim across the
Atlantic? You got 30 fucking years, bruh. Okay, you don't get tired, bruh.
Yeah, but you get bored.
Yeah, you would get bored. The only reason I say it's like a once in a fucking forever time like thing. I think I think you could probably find a lot of good to do.
The 30 years would be up, the world would come back, and like everyone you know would be like, "What the fuck happened to my house? Why does it look so good?" And you'd be like, "How strange!" Like you're just gonna be completely like not a normal human being anymore.
Yeah, you wouldn't know how to communicate. You would probably have to do it pretty early, where you would have to almost set up like a little Wilson thing, because you can't go without talking. Right? Because then you become like a hermit, a mute, and all that stuff. You'd have to like figure that part out pretty quickly because you'd go crazy. You'd have to kind of like have the overall goal in mind of just like, especially like if you don't have to sleep.
You brought up, especially if you would want to at some point just to like pass.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Yeah,
you actually brought a good idea up with like technology and shit, like at least you would still have YouTube and like movies. So like you're not interacting with people, but at least you can still hear voice every now and then.
Yeah, well, that was a big deciding factor because if you don't have anything, like you're talking like Castaway type shit,
Yeah.
then you know you don't have any. It's almost like the only thing that you have as a stimulus other than the outside is your internal thoughts, and that's daunting because, like you said, it's a like you can't just say, okay, I want out of the game. Like you have a countdown, and that's what it is. That's a pretty good question. How many people do you think would do that and then just literally watch reruns of The Office all day?
More than they care to admit.
Like, well, here's the thing, dude. Fuck, you're not going to have a job when you come back. You're not going to ever have to worry about money, right? Because you're gonna set all that up. So, what do you do with your time? Like for a couple months, like what do you do with your time? Because the obvious answers are right. Like you're going to set you and your family and your friends up with like, fucking dope setups and houses, whatever. But what do you do with the time for yourself?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a really hard question to answer because, like, at some point you're gonna want new things in life. I guess traveling would be the one of the best ones. Like, imagine having like this instance where you could like hike the Appalachian Trail just by yourself and do it for like eight. I think it takes like 8 months to hike the whole fucking thing, but you can do it. It won't be the same because like nature's frozen and stuff, but still you get to like do that. I would go on a lot of adventures. That would be my thing.
Yeah, it would be that would definitely make you feel isolated as fuck. But you don't have to worry about food or anything like that. And all the birds are just frozen in the sky, which would be kind of crazy.
That'd be kind of cool.
Um,
Dude, you can go to friggin' Africa and try to see like something killing something else.
we just walk up to a lion, smack it in the face, and 30 years from now, he's going to wake up with a headache and wondering why. Yeah, that would be kind of crazy. You'd have to like do some, like you'd have to try to learn some stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like read some books and whatnot. But like the crazy part about those kind of questions is that like our brains are so geared towards like in a certain way because so much of our time is taken up by like our everyday job and our everyday responsibilities. And all that stuff would be rectified within a couple days of running amok. Like,
Yeah.
Stealing from a couple rich people or whatever, like all those things are gone. So like our brains aren't even really conditioned to do like, what do we do if everything's free? Like if free time is what I have only, like that's my currency now is free time and everything is free. What do I do?
A lot of people had that trouble when the lockdown started. Like everyone was like, "Oh, I had a whole bunch of projects I had planned. If only I had the free time." Guess it wasn't the free time that was the
Yeah.
problem.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like but it's a weird thing though, because when somebody asks you like, hey dude, do you want to go to Europe? What's the first thing that pops in your head?
No.
No, but why? Like, what are the factors that you're talking about? You're talking about money and time off of work.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't have to worry about money or working, your day, like 90% of your daily decisions, you don't ever have to make.
Yeah, the game would be completely changed for you because you're right. I would immediately think like, "Oh, this is going to be how I spend my one vacation week this year. This is like how I'm going to spend every dollar I have that doesn't go towards my mortgage." And so that would be if I went to Europe, that would be it for the year. Like that would be it. I'd be
Yeah.
putting everything into 1 week.
Yeah. See, yeah. What I would, I guess, like if we're talking, I don't think I'd need 30 years. I just said that just because I panicked. But
Too
I would,
late. The Genie grants.
well, again, I get 30 years, and everyone's going to have a really dope house with like one weird room in it full of like just nonsense. But I guess at the end of, I would probably try to do everything that I would want to do by myself, like experience by myself as much as I could. That way, when they snap back in, it's like I got all that out of my system and I could just do things with other people.
Yeah,
I don't have to waste time on myself.
You'd be Mr. Social immediately.
Or Mr. Anti, like you're just like worried that like you can't even shake someone's hand because nobody, you've just been so far on that island by yourself. Oh yeah, you can't do anything with anybody. That's a long drought.
That's a long drought, dude.
That's a long drought,
That's
man.
a long drought.
Damn, I changed my mind. Nope, Genie snapped his fingers. You're done.
I'm good for a week.
Yeah, about 4 days. 4 days is good.
All right. Any other thoughts, dude?
No, that's a good one, man. I think we need to do that one off camera when we're drunk.
Yeah.
Well, what? Wait. What's yours?
Oh, probably like 2 months.
You
2 months.
fucking disappointment.
2 months gives me enough time to settle some scores, make some quick cash,
Settle some scores.
and then
You can kill people?
Yeah, why not?
Oh. Well, in that case, I need a list of known terrorists, and last known locations.
So you don't get these things ahead of time.
Well, I could just go into the FBI. The internet's working.
I guess you couldn't kill people, but like if you slit their throat, the moment like the world opened back up, they would just bleed out.
So would their throats. So you would settle some scores.
Yeah, that sounded way more ominous than I anticipated.
Yeah, and you would so you would basically either kill or fucking take revenge in one way or another on people who have wronged you. And then you would obviously set up yourself and some people with some money.
As much as possible. I feel like that's harder to do because there's no like economy. It's not like you can sell stuff. You could probably get into a bank if you really tried.
Yeah, well, all you would really have to do, like I said, 2 months is not a lot of time, man, because all you would have to do is find some kind of like, just go to the bank, find some fucking documents, and just look how they're filled out and fill out your name and just make some numbers up and just put them back in the filing cabinet.
All I would have to do is go to my mortgage company. Everything's digital now, but like find the paperwork and burn it. I have a mortgage. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so much you can do, but you'd have to figure out how to do it. Other than like just going bank to bank and finding one where like they just opened the vault and it's not shut, or just trying to find the vault key. Just do that. They don't stamp or record any of that money.
We're getting pretty dark here, dude.
No, I mean you gotta take a little bit. The Joker did it.
The Joker did it.
Joker did it. Okay, so stealing money, revenge-ish type shit, you sick fuck, and what else?
That's it. That's all I got. I mean, I would try to better myself, get in some good old-fashioned push-ups,
After you're that dude, I'm gonna get in shape in 2 months for myself. I'm gonna set myself up and everyone I know for life with money. I'm gonna right all the wrongs in my life and get in shape in 2 months.
Dude, I think
shooting from the hip here.
Dude, this throughout March and early April, before I was able to go back to work, I was by myself for like 2 weeks and I was already going insane. I don't know how long I'd be able to last.
But you're in your house though. That's the problem.
Yeah, but
imagine being able to just get in your car and drive anywhere, and you don't have to worry about food. You don't have to worry about water. You don't have to worry about lodging.
Yeah, but you have no one to talk to. Not one person.
That's true. Audiobooks
are dope as fuck.
Yeah, you have to do a lot of audiobooks. All I can see is that you're like 2 months. You're like, I'm got so much time. At the end of the 2 months, you'd end up back in your house and just be like, I didn't even take care of the fucking wallpaper.
I'm not spending time doing that bullshit.
I'm not. You have time to not age and just get things done, and you're like, I'd rather spend time I could be spending with my family doing it. I'm not spending. You could have picked any amount of time, Tim. Nope.
Nope.
These are my decisions. I've made them.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, I like this one. This is a good one.
All right, I'm going to sign us out. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, let us know in the comments down below how long you would want time to be frozen for. Let us know what you would do with that time. Let us know how much of assholes we are. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the little bell notification button. Go to brodownpro.com so you're always updated with all the coolest fashion gear. And we will catch you guys next time.
Peace out, everybody.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh.